Okay. Credits. I didn't get to fight an evil god this time. I'm guessing this is the bad ending. It has to be the bad ending because, um, the way, I mean, you don't just tout that, you're going to get the power of some evil god or what have you and then not actually fight said evil god. Also, what's up, Extra Epic Otter? So, also, I had a feeling that it would lead to the bad ending when I made the choice to stick with the king, just because, the obvious choice would be to go with the rebels. And I just wanted to see what would happen otherwise. So, it's fine. Sometimes you get the bad ending and people die. But yeah. I'm just gonna load this. I don't wanna hear this bombastic music while I'm talking. You know what? Sure. I mean, give me some other music. Alright, so alright, we're not gonna get it. Alright, we'll get this music. So I didn't write down my thoughts for this game, and I definitely had time to, but I went back and rewatched my thoughts, or the credits and thoughts videos for the previous Mercenary Sagas games. And I pretty much have a similar approach that I did in Mercenary Saga 3, where this isn't necessarily the game that I wanted, but it was the game that I was expecting. It was basically the same as the previous Mercenary Saga games, with some improvements. There were some changes and some additions that were actually pretty cool, like the leader skills. Those were pretty cool. Some of them could have been more interesting, sure, but I would say overall, I was pleased to have another addition and another kind of choice to make to further add some other dynamics to the game and its the choices that you're making. But I think where it comes down for it, or what it comes down to for me, is that while I like this game and while I enjoyed it just as much as all the other Mercenary Saga games, I'm at the point where I think I want something that this game isn't, and that's something that I mentioned in the Mercenary Saga 3 thoughts video. Is I want some archetypes that are actually more focused in on. In this game, I think they do a better job of having that. It felt like the tanky classes were tankier. It felt like the skills surrounding some of the classes were actually they actually kind of fit the name of that particular class and that specific archetype. And I think they did a better job in this game doing that. And on top of that, like the mana costs and things like that, they all actually didn't seem all over the place, and they seemed to tone them down and make them reasonable, which was nice. I think where I want it is if I have a gunner or a scout or something like that, I'm looking for like, for example, a scout. I'm looking for a class that can move far, is pretty weak in the defense department, but can offer some bonuses. Maybe he targets a character, and that character is weak against the next attack. Something scouty, I guess. And if I have a gunner, I want some gunslinger abilities. And I think they did a decent job with the gunner in this one. So it's a step in the right direction for me as far as archetypes and kind of like systems designs and things like that. The leader skills, it was something that I was never expecting, and I think it's a fantastic addition to this game. So I definitely look forward to them expanding on this in the next game, Mercenaries Blaze. I would say for the story, this one might have been the best and most cohesive and actually complete story of all the other games. There was no time skips as far as I could tell, not any meaningful time skips anyway. There was some actual development. There was actual reasons why we were doing certain things. So I was a little impressed with that. It's like, okay, you guys are improving from your previous games, and it's really nice to see that upward trajectory of improvement. For other stuff, I don't think I really have much else that I really want to say. I like the game. I like it just as much as all the other Mercenary Saga games, and I like those games a lot. It's a simple tactics game, and it does the simple tactics game very well. There's not a lot of tactics games out there, and I don't want to spend my entire time saying, oh, this isn't Final Fantasy Tactics, or oh, this isn't Tactics Ogre, because I don't think it's trying to be those. It's just trying to be a simple tactics game, and I think it does that, to the best of its ability, and that works for me. So yeah, I think that's really all that I got. I guess to reiterate one more time, if the developer is watching, I would say, me looking to go into Mercenaries Blaze, I really want the archetypes of each character's classes to be more focused. If I have a berserker, I want to. It doesn't have to be like a traditional berserker. This berserker had access to like wind and earth spells. It was kind of sort of shamanistic with some abilities to make you go low HP and then get status buffs and things like that. I think they did that one was probably the best example of making this archetype work, where if you're at low HP, you're a really strong kind of character. You have that risk versus reward. So I would like to see that go further for the next game, and I think that's pretty much it. I think the next game is like it's fully 3D. I think it's still sprites, but the world is full 3D, and you can like rotate it or something like that. I don't know. I own it. I'll get to it eventually. But yeah, I guess if I had to whittle it down to like a few sentences, I would say Mercenaries Wings is the improvement that I wanted from Mercenary Saga 2. So I'm hoping that the improvements here have kind of sparked a trajectory of, okay, we did this, now we know what we want to do in the next game. And so in Mercenaries Blaze, we have more added improvements on top of the systems that we already have to kind of clean things up and make these simple systems that we have not necessarily more complex, but maybe more focused is how I'll go. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a short stream today. only 1 hour and 16 minutes. Stuff happens. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific, to play something. I don't know what it's going to be, though. Nobody's streaming right now, so I'm out of here. Peace. What? Why'd you do that? Oh, my bad, dog. My bad. I don't know what y'all doing, though.